So Artem Straps out of Australia has reached out to me for me to review their very popular Sailcloth strap as well as their Nylon strap, which is their version of the Nato strap. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So before getting started, just wanted to mention that you will see a paid promotion logo on this video. Now keep in mind that the only reason why this is showing up is because I was supported with these straps directly from Artem. By no means was I compensated for this review or have I received any kind of other compensations, apart from being able to receive these straps and keep these straps, even after the review has been done. That does not affect the review, how I stand, how I view the products itself, by any means. I've made this very transparent to Artem before getting started with the reviews, and they have definitely agreed that this is going to be an honest review on how I feel about the product. So with that being said, we could definitely get started. The two watches that I'm going to be using, for the review is going to be my Black Bay 54, as well as my Jaeger LeCoultre, the small seconds version of the Reverso. I guess, with this, we can definitely get started with the packaging itself. So this is how you are going to be receiving all of the straps that comes from Artem. We are going to be talking about their very popular Sailcloth strap, and all three versions that you see here in the navy, the green, as well as the beige versions, all come in this wonderfully designed, very simple Artem case. Again, all you need to do is pop this open and the straps are going to be inside here. With the packaging, I think, it is extremely tasteful. I like the fact that this is very simple, and I can tell right off the bat that, these are coming from recyclable materials, which honestly for me is an A+. The packaging itself is light, very meticulously designed. And then knowing that, this is also going to be good for the environment, hey, by all means, excellent, a thumbs up from me on this. Now, with the straps itself, definitely have a lot of thoughts in terms of the design, the functionality, as well as just the general usability aspect, and I am definitely going to be presenting my pros and cons on the straps for these. So right off the bat, you can tell that this is their very famous Sailcloth strap, and all of the straps that Artem has sent me came with this loopless buckle. This is a very conventional design that you're going to see in a lot of the very high-end manufacturers. I think a lot of people who already have seen this will be able to tell that the design itself, is very similar to that of Omega, and that's something I'm actually going to discuss more in detail later on. But yeah, couple of pros right off the bat for me, from the get-go. One, again, it's considered to be on the high-end spectrum of the product, knowing that this is an aftermarket manufacturer. I definitely feel that the design and the construction has been inspired, again, from a top-notch watch brand. And being very specific, the one that I could call out right away was Omega. I love the fact that the benchmarking has been set very high. Omega straps are also known for their durability, their comfortability, as well as their design. And I think this is a wonderful benchmarking standard to set your product in, without any problems in terms of the wearability as well as functionality. Again, an excellent piece of strap that has been designed really, really well. Again, this is the inner lining, which has been made from rubber, and then the outer texture also, even though this is a sailcloth, so to say, very rubbery in texture. So this is going to be fully waterproof. No rubbing, no tugging, with the wear. Let me actually, put this on, on a complete loop. Yeah, I've adjusted this to the fourth hole instead of the third, just to give it a little bit of a more snug of a fit. And once that is done, all you need to do is just literally clip this back, and there you have it. Pairs wonderfully with this Black Bay 54. Almost feels like a stock strap if I were to call it. And then even the blending of the materials in terms of the color, the steel on steel, is just perfect in my opinion. This again is a diver's watch, and then this sailcloth strap just works extremely well with this. So going back into the pros of the strap itself, I've mentioned about the high-end quality of the product itself, And then, similar on that spectrum, it's about the durability as well as the craftsmanship of the product. Artem straps are known to be on the higher end of the pricing. And I think this is justified, just because of the quality, the finishing of the straps itself. And I know there's a lot of variations as well as a lot of other options available, in the market, for aftermarket products such as the straps as well as the buckle. But again, I am a solid believer in that you get what you paid for. And I think this is just an excellent piece that shows why Artem strap is such a popular opinion amongst all the watch lovers in our little collection. And then moving into the third point that I wanted to discuss is that the product continues actually to grow on the user throughout the usage. And what I mean by that is I've actually used this for a little over a month or so. The first end impressions of the strap itself was that, this is a high-end product, like I keep emphasizing. But the more you use this, you realize that every little nook and detail about the way this thing has been designed with functionality in mind. The comfort of the strap is just excellent. Like I've mentioned, I've already taken this into swimming, both in the swimming pool as well as the ocean. I've taken this on hiking, and I've definitely used this on my daily drives as well. The other watch that I like to wear on a daily basis, for me is my Gigi Lecoultre, the Reverso, the small seconds version. And this is my usual go-to pairing. You can see that this is a leather and a fabric strap that I have this paired on. Now, I have actually tested my Gigi Lecoultre with this beige version of the strap. The beige version works really well just because of the dial tone, the silver dial tone. And let me put this on really quickly so you guys can take a look as well. And there you have it. The Reverso with this beautiful sailcloth strap from Artem in this beige tone. And again, I know a lot of people do refer to Gigi Lecoultre's Reverso now as more of a dress watch, but keep in mind that this watch was intentionally designed to be a durable watch for a sports function, believe it or not. Back in the day, someone requested for this, design to make sure that the watch is going to be durable in terms of the functionality. And then, you can see that this has a little, swivel action. And then this is, considered to be an originator of a sports watch, if I were to call it. Now with this watch, on the strap, I think this is a perfect pairing, and then this just works marvelously. So yeah, let's go back into the strap a little more, discuss the details about this, and then I'll give you the rundown on the other factors that I've considered, when it comes to the loopless sailcloth strap from Artem. Now, with the specs itself, the version that I was given by Artem Straps is the 20mm version, and this all has that quick interchangeability function, with the straps itself, making this really easy when it comes to swapping out, from watches. Taking a look at the specs, across the strap, you can tell that this is a very versatile piece, and it works really well, both with sports watches as well as like dress sports watches. I've tested the strap out on various versions, and me personally, going through my collection, I do realize that this is a better fit for a daily usage watch such as a tool watch, or even a sports watch, such as these two pieces right here. Not to say that this won't work very well with dress watches. By all means, this is a very versatile strap, like I keep emphasizing. And this is just a comfortable strap that you can pair up with, whatever your collection may be. Now, in terms of the cons, or I guess like pointers that I wanted to discuss about the straps, is that one, the strap length is a little interesting. Now, I'm gonna take this off so you guys can take a look. But as you can see, the length of the straps, from the end piece towards the head piece is almost matching in terms of the size. And this is something that I've never noticed across, or I've barely noticed across, a lot of the two-piece straps. You know, considering that there is only a minimum of 3 options right now for users to choose from, you know, with the wrist sizes, I think it would be better if we had more versions in terms of the length of the straps itself, and that's gonna allow for a more customized fit, you know, for the users that are looking into the Artem Sailcloth strap. And then of course, you know, with that being said, the second thing that I wanted to discuss is, you know, with the length proportions, the top and bottom pieces, like I mentioned, are almost identical. So I think this loop extension on the wear, you know, kind of has the this buckle sitting somewhat away, you know, from being full flush on the wrist, you know, from my resting spot. So if I were to call, you know, if I were to do this so you guys can take a look, you'll notice that, you know, this is a little out of like, you know, mid exact proportions. And then this clasp is closer towards, you know, the top part of my wrist. And again, it is comfortable. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, you know, with the wear itself. Now, of course, you know, for people with bigger wrists, 7 inches and up, they're not gonna have this issue. But you know, someone with a smaller to, I guess, like medium-sized wrist, such as myself, you know, my wrist size is 6.5 inches. This does sit a little different if I were to call it. And again, it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. And then, you know, you can take a look at this with the BB54 as well. And look at the positioning of the clasp itself. Again, this sits closer for me towards the top part of my wrist, with the end part coming closer, if I were to show it right here, to this aspect. And again, this takes a lot of getting used to for me. And I'm sure this is something that's gonna be noticeable for anyone that tries on this strap. But again, you are gonna get used to this, and it is a very comfortable wear, but just something to keep in mind. And then of course, the last part that I wanted to discuss, you know, is also possibly extending, I guess, the Deployant clasp offerings with a third option of, you know, a polished version, you know, for something that is more dress style. If you take a look at the reversal right here, you will notice that there are a lot of polished materials throughout this watch itself. Take a look at it inside, outside as well. Having a polished finish will be another, I guess, like option, you know, that a lot of the users that are looking at Artem straps could definitely lean towards. But yeah, for dress style watches, you know, such as the Reverso or even like an Omega CK859, I think, you know, offerings such as these, you know, from Artem Straps are gonna be, you know, making their appeal even more great, you know, for us strap lovers as well in the game. And yeah, there you have it. I think excellent versions of the straps itself. Again, emphasis on comfortability, wearability, and then the durability is the name of the game from Artem. I think the fact that, you know, these straps come in such wide range of options is already a win for how Artem is performing, you know, in the community. And then just the pairing works so marvelously, you know, without any like drawbacks. And there you have it, my review of the Artem's loopless sailcloth strap. I'm gonna be moving into the second part of the review, which is gonna be for their nylon Nato strap, and I'm gonna be using these watches to show you how it pairs, you know, in terms of the different product. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the second part of the review.